So I decided to do this video. I was having this conversation with this person on Instagram that I'm friends with, and she brought up this thing, and I was like, I have this issue too. And so it brought in like, wait, I have other issues that I would like to address that are like, maybe you'd say they're unpopular bookish opinions, but they're definitely like opinions that I have where I'm like, I really don't care for this stuff, you know? So my first one, I wanted to talk about the one where her and I address this, is these limited edition event books. Now, I have been seeing this lately. It's been pissing me off. I will just say that. It's been really irritating me. Because you will go and you'll see these authors, and they go and they make these specific types of books for a bookish event. And for me, I'm like, I don't like that. I consider it a form of like elitism, because there's only certain types of people who are going to be able to get to this bookish event. Not everybody can get to a bookish event. Not everybody can. There are people who don't like to fly, people who can't afford the tickets to fly. They can't, maybe find a babysitter to watch their kids. Not everybody, is single and doesn't have kids, where you can easily go to a bookish event, that type of thing. Where there are people who have children, who have responsibilities, and they can't just get to some bookish event. The tickets get sold out way too fucking fast, and then, you're not able to get it. So you'll have these authors who go to these events, and they have these like special edition covers that are only for the event. I hate that. I hate it. Like I said, I consider it a form of like elitism, where it's like, oh, only these special people are able to get it. So I was having this conversation with this person, and I'm going to leave them anonymous. And so I had said, yes, I've seen this, and it always makes me mad. I just recently saw this for that MonsterCon book event. I believe the event took place in Maryland. I can't just go to an event all the way in friggin' Maryland when I'm in California. I don't like flying right now. I also can't afford it. I said, after the event, they need to put the books on their website so everyone can get a chance at buying it. I said, it's friggin' ridiculous. And so she said, yes. That was the one where I tried so hard to get a ticket, couldn't get one, and then flights/hotel are so freaking expensive, it would have been ridiculous. I'm in California too, but from Maryland, so I was going to combine it as a visiting family trip, but then tickets sold out in just a few minutes. And this is the thing that pisses me off too, is that they only allow so many people, which I can understand. She goes, I don't see why they can't still sell a limited quantity online for non-attendees. It just feels wrong. Exactly. So this is exactly what I had said. I said, exactly. And how many of these people are going so they can collect these limited quantity or limited edition books so they could sell them online and jack up the prices for people who really want that book and that they can add to their collection? I said, I see this all the time and it pisses me off. I would go there for the authors, not for these special edition books. I said, I would get these books as a bonus for attending. And she's like, you get it. Yes, exactly my thinking as well. So many end up resold for crazy prices, and true fans don't even get a chance to own them. The books, swag, etc. should always be a bonus, not the main motivation. I could never be an author with the way so many readers and con attendees are entitled these days. And I said, exactly. And that's exactly what it is. I see these like special edition books that are only for the book event, and then you see these people get these books, and then I'm like, oh, geez, I go on like Mercari or Pango Books or eBay, and there's these people selling these books for like $300. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Just because it's like an attendee-only limited edition book? It's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's the same thing with like, I love the cover of that Beverly Jenkins Indigo book. The original cover, the mass market paperback. It's a beautiful cover. Am I going to pay $300 for it on eBay? Fuck no. No, I'm not. I don't care how pretty it is. I'm not buying it. It's ridiculous. And so you will have these vultures, and that's what I call them, vultures that go to these book events. They buy all these ones that are only that edition, And they jack up the prices on all of these like sale sites. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I could see like, say you get like, I've seen people who get like the Mystic box, or there's like a different box, you know, you get like these subscription boxes. And the person's like, well, I don't like that author, so I'm going to go and sell those books like on Pango Books or whatever it is. I could see that. But I just hate that whole thing of like, oh, well, this is only a limited edition just for the book event. It's so elitist. I hate it. I don't like when they do that. And they're like, well, you know, one person had responded to her and was like, oh, well, we do that so that way the people are enticed to go. And I'm like, you should be enticed to go because you're going to go and meet the author, not because you're going to get this little special limited edition book that they're selling. Fuck off. I hate that. I fucking hate that. And so I'm like, if you have extra copies that are not sold, like say you brought 30 copies and only 20 of them were sold, put those 10 books that you have left on your fucking website so that way people who weren't able to attend the event can purchase the book, are able to purchase the book. Same thing with like, there are book creators out there that go and they create these Kickstarters and they're like, hey, I want to do these special edition books, but I need the funding to to do this Kickstarter so I can go and do these, pay for these special edition books. I could see like if you go and you put yourself in the Kickstarter, you put yourself in that Kickstarter, you're like, I'm putting money, and this is toward these special edition books. Like Juliet Cross did that. She had went and did these special edition Kickstarter ones. I couldn't afford it, but I saw others, they were able to get it, and I was like, good for them. Those were cool, and I'm like, I would have liked to have gotten them, but I couldn't afford them. So I'm like, I can see something like that, like you do a Kickstarter and all that stuff. Then you put, you could put money in and everything. But I hate like when they do this for these bookish events. It's just, like I said, it just feels like elitist, and these readers that go feel like entitled, like, oh, you have to have some kind of special thing for me. And I'm like, fuck off. You should be there for the author, not for like all these little freebies and these little special things that you're going to get. Fuck off. You're there to talk to the author, to go and get an autograph from them. That's what you're there for. That's what you're there for. It's just ridiculous. So I saw like that someone had gotten a volume 1 and volume 2 of this anthology they had did that was called Creepy Court. It's a Monster Mall anthology. And they actually had them available at one time when they first produced them. They had them on Amazon for a short time. It was like a limited time thing. And I don't like that. I hate when it's like a limited time. And I'm like, no, just leave it available for people if they want to purchase it. And so it was a limited time thing. And at first I was like, well, I'm like, I'll just, read the Kindle book, which I did. And there were some stories that I was like, they're okay. And then there were other ones I really enjoyed. So I kick myself because I'm like, I should have just bought them when they were available. And I didn't. And then they, of course, ended up becoming unavailable. And now you got people on fucking Amazon who are trying to rip you off. Like there's a volume 1. It says from $2.99. People trying to rip you off $300 for this volume 1 anthology. Ridiculous. Then the second one is $3.74. Are you kidding me? So I saw somebody who had went to the Monster event and they had those anthologies that they obviously purchased from one of the authors that attended. And I'm like, oh, so I go and I check on all these authors' websites and see like maybe they have it available. Nope, sold out. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Or some weren't even available. And I'm like, that's just ridiculous. Because like I said, it makes it to where now you got assholes who jack up the price and think people are dumb and are going to buy this. And I'm like, don't be that way. Don't be that person where you're like, well, I have to have that. No, fuck that. Fuck those people. Don't give them your money. They're trying to rip your ass off. Don't do it. I fucking hate that. So that's the thing I hate when it comes to this stuff, is you have these like limited edition, special edition, only available for those events. I fucking hate it. I hate it. And like I said, not everybody can get to that event. They either weren't able to get a ticket in time or they weren't able to go. You know? So I'm like, these authors, if you want to make money, put this shit on your fucking website. Put it on your website. They will get sold. People will buy them if they know they're on the website. People will buy them. You know, they're like, oh, well, we want to make sure these people go to the event. Then have them available for the event first, and then after the event, have them available for your website. So any of the other people who weren't able to attend can still have that opportunity to buy the book. It's ridiculous. I fucking hate it. So this leads into the other thing. I am so tired of these special edition copies. Now, I pre-ordered 2 books that are like these special edition copies from this one author, Emma Ham. The books are being made by this other company, and I did the pre-orders for them because I'm like, oh, I like those covers. They're really pretty. But that's about as far as I go when it comes to special edition. I really like those books, and I would like to get the special edition for them. So this company is like, oh, we're doing these 2 books. So I'm like, okay, I'll get those. But that's as far as I go. I am so tired of seeing, like, you see, like, oh, there's the Barnes & Noble edition. There's the Target edition. There's the Walmart edition. It happened with, what was that one? I think it might have been Onyx Storm or whatever it was that had come out. And there were people who were going to Target because they wanted the Target special exclusive edition. And then Target had sold out of them. And I'm like, Target, you know this book is popular. You know the author has a huge base of readers. Why would you only buy so many fucking copies? So that drama went down where people were all upset because they didn't get their chance of like getting this special edition right at when it, you know, had launched. And I'm like, really? People? Really? I'm so tired of seeing it. And I'm like, oh, Walmart's got to have their special edition copy. Oh, the Target exclusive. Oh, the Barnes & Noble exclusive. You know, oh, this is only available on Amazon or whatever, you know, like, whatever it is. Like, I saw it on, there was this one book that I was looking at, where on Amazon, it had, like, red in the background of this one cover I was looking at, because I was thinking of purchasing the book. And then the Barnes & Noble exclusive had a purple background. And I'm like, well, I like the purple background better than I like the red background. But I'm like, seriously? You only can get this from Barnes & Noble. This is ridiculous. It's just ridiculous the amount of special edition covers there are for books, for just this one book. And I'm like, really? Why? Why are there so many fucking editions? This is ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. So then it goes into the next one. Covers of books that are constantly changed. Like I saw this one recent thing where the one author had changed her cover of one book 4 fucking times. And I'm like, why do you need to keep changing the covers of this one book? I don't get it. I don't get it. I could see like having 2 different versions. Like say you like dudes on the cover. I prefer to have people on the cover of a book. I prefer that. So I could see like maybe if there's like, well, I have a people cover and then I have a discreet cover. I could see that because there's plenty of people who don't like people on covers. They prefer the discreet covers. That's what they prefer. So I could see that. But I'm like, then it's like, oh, here comes another edition, you know, of the same book. Oh, here comes another one. And it's like, how many fucking covers do you need to do of just one book? This is just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. That happened, like, that used to be around for when I used to buy, Lisa Kleypas books, you know, her mass market paperbacks. I remember a different cover being released for this book, And I'm looking like, oh, is this a new book of hers? And I'm looking like, no, that's the same book I read already. And I'm like, no, they just recovered it. I'm like, man, why? Why do you keep doing this? And they did the same thing with, like, there was this one short story she did that was called I Wish, that was in an anthology. And then they went and decided to go and put out another anthology with Lisa Kleypas in it that was the same damn story. And I'm like, you put that anthology, that same short story, in like 4 or 5 different anthology books. This is ridiculous. So I'm buying the book for that author, and then I'll read the other authors too. And then I'm like, wait a minute, this is the same damn story. Why do you keep repackaging the same damn story? It's just ridiculous. So I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of, like, oh, here's this edition, here's this one, oh, here's this cover, here's this cover. Why? Why do we need all these different covers? The next one. Sprayed edges are not special anymore. I could see, like, every now and again there was like something, there was a book that was a sprayed edge, and you're like, oh wow, that's really cool looking. But now it's like they do sprayed edges for almost every fucking book out. And I'm like, really? Sprayed edges are not even special anymore. You know, they're not even special. I'm like, man, this is like just some regular generic bullshit, you know, that they're putting on to the book to make the book look a little more special and decorative. And I'm like, this is bullshit. And then some of those sprayed edges are just shit, like absolute garbage. And I'm like, who did this? Who did this? This is garbage. So yeah, I'm so tired of like these special edition sprayed edges. And I'm like, but they're not really special anymore. You've done so many sprayed edges. It's like, so it's a sprayed edge. Oh, another sprayed edge. Who cares? So I was asking questions about, like, what do you think is like a bookish unpopular opinion? And I asked on like Instagram, and I don't really get like a lot of people who respond to those. A lot of people just kind of like pass through. But someone had actually responded, and they had said how they felt like grovels were overrated. And so I had posted it on my stories, where she had said grovels are overrated. And so I had actually said to her that, yeah, I understand where she's coming from with it, you know, like, especially when it comes to like a main male character, is a lot of times you'll see like these men that just basically go through all of this stuff just to grovel and to make it up to the heroine. But a lot of times, if there's like a complicated relationship, I also want to see the heroine grovel too. Like, she should be able to, you know, say like, hey, I fucked up and I was wrong, and can you forgive me? And have the guy maybe not forgive her, like, within the first, you know, thing of where she has to now grovel and go through it, where she can prove that she loves him and wants to be with him, you know? Too many times I see a lot of heroines who, they kind of do some shitty things too, and they don't really grovel. It's always usually the man that grovels. And I'm like, that's not fair. It's not fair for the man to always grovel and the female doesn't have to. That's not equality. You know, like, with equality, you have to see both working toward the relationship, not just like it being one-sided, you know? I had a call. So anyways, it was mainly that stuff right there where I talked about how, you know, with groveling, I do want to see more female groveling too, where it seems like it's pretty much one-sided, where it's only really the male that does all the groveling and the female doesn't do a lot of groveling. So yeah, it does get frustrating when I see it. And I want to make sure that it's more equal, you know, where it's like if the female fucks up, she admits that she was wrong, she does some groveling. Otherwise, it's like, it feels very like imbalanced. Like the men are always doing the groveling and the females are always like not doing it. And I'm like, no, it should be both ways. So that's about as much unpopular opinions or opinions that I have when it comes to like bookish stuff that I do get frustrated with. And like I said, these are just like basically my opinions. I got someone else's opinion on how they, you know, they had an issue with something, you know. But yeah, do you have any like unpopular opinions that you get frustrated with, that like a lot of people don't really talk about, and you want to, you know, basically get off your chest? Is there anything that frustrates you in the bookish space or in books that annoys you and you wish that it didn't keep happening? But yeah, that's it for this video here. Have yourselves a good day. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to each other. And I'll see you all on the next video. All right. Bye.